Salut tout le monde, bienvenue à 1, 2, 3 Punk. Cette semaine, on passe une demi-heure avec le groupe québécois The Real Deal. What's up, guys? Honestly, one, what's up? Two, finally. I think, right, Anthony? I think we've been trying to find a time for a while, like months and months. About it.
6 months in the making, but hey, we're here. We're about to have a good time tonight at the show, and man, let's have an interview.
I think it's going to be a lot crazier than if we would have done it 6 months ago. Like, now there's been like this happening, this build-up, this tension of waiting to this interview, and now it's here. I think we're going to start, the best place to start, I think, is the beginning. So for the people at home that might not know The Real Deal that much, talk to me a little bit about how this whole adventure began.
Let's go to the show. I'll get it going here. All right. Well, The Real Deal started off just like a bunch of friends getting together, wanting to play the music they like. We were all in other bands before that. We had another bassist before Frankie came in, but he was actually our merch guy. You know, support the whole.
I was going strong. I didn't know what to do, so I figured I'd start off really low down the ladder and just work my way up slowly but surely.
He's still climbing.
So I'm climbing.
I'm like a corporation, you know. This is The Real Deal Inc. is really what. That's what it.
Talks about, right? Corporates. It's gotta love it, man. Gotta love it.
Cheers, guys. Cheers for finally making this out. You know, six months in the making, and now it's here. It's here.
So it's been just 4 years now. About 4 years, and just rocking out. Started touring in Canada, and just been doing a lot of Canadian touring and trying to put out records and just having fun, really. Just having a lot of fun.
Frankie's story is awesome because I've heard this a few times before. Merch guy, becoming band member, whatever. We can even go back to AC/DC, singer we know now, used to be the limo driver, whatever. Anyways, there's some good stories like that. I mean, is that the two ways to go? You know, you either start a band with friends or become the merch guy and then jump on when somebody leaves, or?
See, the thing is, we've all been friends for a really long time, but I never quite had the courage, and I'm not born a prodigy, so I had to work at it. Okay. So I figured I'd start off easy, gather some people skills, then just sneak my way in, push someone out, grab a bass, and rock it.
Now, you're saying grab a bass. Are you a bassist, or were you like, okay, who's the weakest link in the band? What should I in the sense that what should I start doing? Like, you kind of look around, you're like, yeah, drummer's not really gripping it. You know, maybe I should start working on the drums. You know, were you a bassist before this? Or?
I wouldn't say the ex-bassist was the weakest link, but I just say that, the bass keeps it together, you're grooving it. Ladies like the bassist sometimes.
You know what? We'll give props to Nikki, actually, who was playing bass for us for a year. And good times with Nikki. Nikki, what's up, man, if you're watching this? And you know what? He didn't want to, he didn't want to tour. And just, differences in lifestyles. And, Frankie was there, and he was dedicated, and, just fell all together, so.
Right time, right moment kind of thing.
Right place at the right time.
Yeah, right place.
When you start a band, what's more important? Being on the same wavelength humanly or personality-wise, or being on the same wavelength musically?
Whoa, that's a tough one. You see, it has to come to the tough one to me. Well, I guess musically would be a good thing, but personally on the same level, because if you're hanging out with guys like 12 hours a day most of the time, and that's just hanging out while not on tour, you have to like each other. If not, people start dying. That's not a good thing. We don't want people dying.
That's really why Nicky's not in the band anymore. We killed him. He didn't like touring, so we had to get rid of him.
And the thing is, people always want to gather an extreme of both things, but I guess the right answer would be just a perfect balance between the two. Okay. Would make it what makes a band successful. Well, that's personally.
That's the easy way out.
That's no.
No, but it's true. No, it's true because at the same time you're going to have to put music together and I guess have somewhat of the same influences a bit. You don't have to all listen to the same thing, but somewhat the same influences. And then, as you guys are saying, when you go off on tour, then you have to get along. You have to, you spend long hours in the van, so you got to get along as well too.
Like each other, or else you can't stand each other. It's over.
You have to learn to love the smells. Everyone has their own flavor, their own scent,
My question should have been, do you find someone that smells good or someone that you get along with? That would be not.
Detox présente 1, 2, 3 Punk.
Talk to me about the different influences that you have for The Real Deal.
Really, I think we all grew up listening to skate punk and ska. Like, we all grew up in the 90s, so it's all that type of music, like, obviously Fat Wreck bands, and but a lot of the bands today, like we're playing tonight. We played last night. We're playing tonight with Set Your Goals, and those guys are really just awesome, and kind of a new brand of skate punk, hardcore, kind of kind of a new wave, and they're doing a lot of cool things, and a lot of that new music is some of our favorite bands right now. So it's just everything wrapped into one, and we end up writing what we want to end up writing. I think that's.
Let's name bands, one each.
Okay, I was actually, I'll put just okay, yeah, one each. You can actually put one each, but just to kind of show maybe the amount that band that exists or band that doesn't exist anymore. If you guys had to go off on a North American tour with one other band, who would it be? And now I'm putting you guys on the spot, but maybe one band each would be good. That'll give you good idea. Whoever has one now.
The Suicide Machines from Detroit were a really good band. I think they pretty much influenced all four of us, so that's a band I'd really enjoy to tour with. So rest in peace. It was great while they were here, but maybe someday they'll have a reunion tour and we'll be there with them. So let's hope that happens.
That's a good way to kick off this,
That was what I was gonna say.
No, that's wait. That's the easy way out. You're like. And it's it. Okay, yeah. But I was gonna say, you say Frankie go first, then he says something, and then you're like, wait, that was mine. Wait a minute, you should. That's it. So what else? Yeah, another. There's got to be another band.
Yeah, for sure. I'd say definitely Big D and the Kids Table from Boston. They're good buddies. I knew Tony was gonna say that, so I said it first. So take that. But yeah, they're really great guys. We're good friends with them. We started listening to them a while ago, and we just bought a bunch of merch, and they freaked out. We got to knowing each other. We went to Boston to check out their Halloween show lately, and and we're going to be working actually with their bassist Steve Foote on our new record. So that should be cool. He's going to engineer that, and it's going to be great.
And now, by the way, just to say, for further bands that they'll probably be interviewing, if I do this type of question, it's good to go first, see? You don't kind of send the people off. If you go first, then you can get the obvious answers out of the way, and then the people who go last got to think of, like, obscure bands or something, or other bands.
Before Dave, no, Reg, over here.
Hey, you watch yourself.
Less than Jake.
And why? Why? Because he was going to say it?
You know what? Yeah. No, but you know what? Like, one of the bands we grew up with, and just, always a fun band, always fun to watch live. I don't think anyone ever met them. I personally have never met them, but, I've been talking to Vinny, the drummer, recently, and, I'm not, I won't go into detail about that. I don't want to go into anything that's unofficial right now, but they just seem like a really fun bunch of guys, and, They like to party. Yeah, I think they
do, man. They usually put put on the parties if they're on Warped Tour, on any tour. They usually put on the after show disco parties. Those guys rock. Less than Jake guys rock. And what else now, man? Last but not least, now what are you gonna pull out of the hat?
I'm gonna pull out of the hat Pantera. There you go. It's my roots. I grew up with skate punk and all that other stuff, but metal too, and they're a good thrash metal band. I love them. If Dimebag was still alive and if they got back together, that would be fun. They might not like our music, but I'd be having a damn good time doing it.
I was looking on your website, and you guys are in the works now, putting together a summer tour. I think like going off till May all the way to August, or in fact, April almost. How much energy do you have to put in to trying to make a tour like this happen? How important for you guys would it be to make this tour happen?
Well, it's not the first time we do it. We've done the coast to coast thing a couple times already. So, I mean, it's getting easier and easier. We do all the booking ourselves, and so the network is coming together, and less and less energy goes into it. But that's not to take away from the fact that it still is long hours daily, and always following up on phone calls and emails, and it's hard because you want to get on some big shows, and we're at a point where we've been doing this for 4 years, and we kind of want to start making a little money too, and just kind of, I don't know, just it's always a struggle to get on bigger shows and, with bigger bands and stuff like that. But, it's a challenge, and we're up to the challenge, and we're having fun doing it too, meeting all these new people across the country and making friends across the country. And it's just, that's what it's all about, really, if you ask me, and I think everyone will agree on that. It's, really... Yeah.
Frankie needs to eat sometimes, so if you come to a show, buy a disc, buy a shirt,
that's
donations.
If you guys see us on the road, we really appreciate any form of support. Stickers, pins. If you drop 50 cents as a donation, it really makes a difference in a band's life. Like, really, it really does.
Any band, not just us. No, for sure. Any band you go see. Yeah. And Frankie gives away kisses for $1.
Hello, ladies. Kisses for $1, hugs for $2, and you know we'll discuss other things. It's debatable.
Kisses is $1 and hugs are $2. We got to work out another system. I mean, it should be hugs for $1 and kisses for $2.
I totally agree. I'll get back on you with that. Statistically, we'll see what happens.
Send you a receipt.
You go coast to coast the first time, just trying it out for that first time. You go and do it a second time. Do you really see a difference when you hit a market a second time?
Yeah, absolutely. The first time you're just, you're venturing into uncharted waters and you really don't know what to expect. You meet someone on a message board and you have nothing but their word to go on. So you show up at a show, 2,000 kilometers away from home, and you just hope that there's going to be a show ready for you, And
I don't even mind if there's, I don't care if there's anybody there. I'm just hoping there's a show.
Oh, you just want to play. And even today, we just, we want to play. There's, Canada's not an easy country to tour, and after a 9-hour drive, you just want to get out of the van and rock, Since we do work with the same people, and they get to know us, we get to know them, and they get to know our market, and we get to know their market. So shows do get bigger and bigger. They definitely do. And we get out there and we meet people, and we just try and make an impact. And when we come back, we sleep on their homes, on their floors.
It's like an unwanted dating service, if you think about it that way. You just come into your home and sleep on your floor, eat your food sometimes.
Sometimes we cuddle, sometimes it's a little bit more.
Sometimes we get with their pets. Sometimes we get their pets drunk, too. It's just what we do.
Sometimes their pets pee on our head, but that's cool. It's all part of the gig, It's
明けましておめでとうございます。
もしもーし。
愚か者。 来週帰ってくるんでまた電話します。
Detox présente 1, 2, 3 Punk.